Ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday. We originally recorded this episode on Friday because Dee was going out of town and we weren't going to make it on Sunday night. But with the news of Kobe Bryant, we decided to meet up late Sunday night and just give a quick little bit of our thoughts. So we're going to do that now, and then we'll go into what we recorded on Friday. I think when we do those early episodes, we always say, hopefully nothing happens over the weekend. And this is exactly worst case scenario, something that happened over the weekend. And but I do think for our listeners and for the sake of what we do here, it's important to, we didn't feel right to release a Monday episode and not even address anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn it over to you guys. For me, obviously, the news was devastating. You guys are born and raised in LA.
Yeah.
So I had a much closer relationship to the Kobe dynasty. What are your thoughts?
So I was actually talking to Amanda about this. I was like, he might be the last person as an athlete that I have this kind of fandom for. So he came into my life when I was 13 years old. He came to the Lakers at 96. So I was 13 at the time. And I watched his whole career for 20 years, 5 titles, the ups and downs, everything, the 81-point game, the shot against Phoenix, the lob against Portland, like all of those memories have impacted my life. Mm-hmm. And as a 36-year-old person today, it's not possible for an athlete that I can be this invested in.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
Yeah, you're just at a different stage of life.
A different stage in life. So like, I view it was so devastating when I got the TMZ text. TMZ was 2 hours before every other news outlet.
Which is wild.
As soon as I saw it was TMZ, I was like, oh shit, it's real. I hate TMZ.
And what's crazy is like there had to be very close family members of everyone in the accident that found out from TMZ.
Well, the press conference hinted at the family members found out from TMZ, not from the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine and it's just the totality of it is just so devastating. He's taking his 13-year-old daughter to what it seems to be the Mamba Academy for a basketball game.
Yep.
It sounds like there were other parents with their kids who were probably so hyped to be on the Kobe chopper to the game.
Like it looks like her teammate and her parents seem to have passed. The coach of the damn team. I mean,
it's just so
and that video
sad.
just went viral last week of him courtside
talking
with Gigi, like breaking down the game, and everyone was celebrating how amazing that was. It's just wild. I don't know. I think that I was talking about it today, and it's like I feel like obviously if you take out of the conversation friends and people that you actually know passing away,
right?
When it comes to celebrities and people like that, I feel like anytime a celebrity that everyone knows passes away, there's a little bit of like, oh shit, because you feel like someone you knew. It feels weird, right?
You have
a
connection with them.
Kobe, I think, stood for so much more and meant so much to people that I know we always say this, but truly I think seemed untouchable and seemed like something like this could never happen to him. And I think that's why people are even for me, I didn't grow up in LA. I didn't even grow up a big basketball fan, but still what he meant, he was the symbol of hard work and determination and achievement and perseverance and all these things. It just seemed, I don't know. I know it sounds stupid to say, but some people just seem like this could never happen to them. When it was probably the first time in my adult life I've read something like this on TMZ and thought there is just no way this has to be a misprint. Yeah, there's just no way that this is true. It's crazy.
I also think I would say for people in LA, it's like losing a family member.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It absolutely is, because he was in our life for 24 years now, right? So came to the league at 96, right? We're in 2020. And sports has a quality that it impacts your personal life, unlike, similar to music, I would say, right? And I think music and sports, and for me, sports resonates more than music. And I remember those moments, the joy he brought me is just unexplainable.
Yeah, and I think also coupled with like the fact that he had transitioned from an athlete to his kind of like second stage in life, winning an Oscar, being a father, and like, you know, a guy that people like, I think I was reading an article how someone said to him like, you know, don't you wish you had a boy? And he was like, why? Like, I have a, like my girls are doing the same thing that I did.
And to further that story, he was on Jimmy Kimmel talking about that. And apparently every time he comes to Lakers courtside with Gigi, and he was telling Jimmy Kimmel, everyone's like, we need a boy, Kobe. We need someone to carry a legacy. And Gigi goes, I got this. And even recently, like last week, he like did a lot for women's basketball, the WNBA. He would talk about how, you know, because he's clearly invested. Because his daughter was an elite athlete at 13.
Yeah. It's wild.
So
And how about the fact that last night, LeBron passed him for all-time scoring to third place, right?
Yeah.
And then all of his last posts are
The king,
you know, carry the torch and stuff like that. LeBron had on his shoes Mamba Forever.
Yeah.
There's video of LeBron getting off the team plane crying. I mean, I can only imagine like his, because you would think that they probably spoke.
They probably spoke last night.
That's what I'm
Yeah, for
saying,
sure.
right? I mean,
sure they
that's
did.
what you do, right?
Yeah.
You give that phone call. Even seeing that, I think was like a pretty crazy moment, you know, and that you just saw like, damn, Kobe or LeBron just passed Kobe. That means so much because Kobe is so great.
Yeah.
Like, and then this happens the next day.
Yeah, I mean, and then on top of that, he has a wife and 3 other kids.
I think doesn't he have like a very young kid?
7-month-old.
Yeah,
I think.
she was born in June of 2019.
Gosh.
Just tragic. I don't think you can like. I was trying to think, is there like any redeeming thing about, you know, like something like this happening? And I think there's zero. It's like
Here's the
fucking
only
worst
redeeming thing I had, and this is a stretch.
Okay.
Being a guy that is the epitome of hard work and the epitome of focus and of achievement and whatever, you know, I can only hope when I die there's even a piece of what he's getting today.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people, if you had to choose to go out young and mean this much, or, you know, fade into the background, never even mean anything really, I don't take that lightly.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. I think when I looked at like the outpouring today, which is unlike any celebrity that I've ever seen,
Yeah.
to mean that much to that many people is something to be celebrated. It's like all of that work got you this.
Yeah.
And nobody would have wished for this, but at least like, geez, man, look what you meant to people.
Yeah.
And like there was a time when he was hated.
Yeah.
There was a time when he
Absolutely,
was
yeah.
very hated. So to come back from that and to mean this much, I mean, there's a lot of athletes, pro athletes, high achieving athletes that don't mean this much to people. There's hardly anyone
No,
that
I
means
mean, yeah,
this
there's
much
not
to
that many.
people.
There's like a handful of people on Earth that like make an impact like this.
Yeah. I think that's the only thing that I found positive. There's nothing positive about the whole situation, but
Yeah, no, totally. And I think I'm curious how people outside of LA view this.
I'll give you
I
a
think it's
great
universal.
example. I got more text messages today from people I never speak to about this. Our cousin, Sarayu, she's in Burma right now
Yeah, she
for the World
texted,
Bank.
yeah.
And she said before the opening of their meeting, they had like a memoriam. This is Burma, right?
Yeah, no, it's insane.
I mean, you gotta understand, I didn't grow up here. By the time I moved here, it was the very tail end of Kobe's like real dominance.
Yeah.
I did not grow up watching sports. I didn't watch sports when I moved here. It's still devastating to me.
Yeah.
So I would imagine I'm pretty similar to like somebody, especially a sports fan, but somebody in another
Right.
state or even country. But yeah, I just, man, to I don't know, like you know what I did today, which might have been a bad move, is watched Kobe Bryant's Muse,
Ugh.
which
Yeah.
is just an
They played it on
incredible
ESPN,
documentary.
and I was
Yeah.
watching it.
And so to see the way he talks about that hard work and focus and single focus, like he says in there, you have to be willing to sacrifice your time with your family, your time with your friends, a normal life if you really want to. Like I decided I was going to be the greatest that ever played, and this is what whatever.
Yeah.
and I think this is too early, but it's like the ultimate celebration of that. I mean, look what he accomplished.
Yeah.
Look what not only rings, trophies, jerseys, sales, dollars, look what he meant to people. That's you can't buy that.
Yeah.
And I mean, the stories are endless with Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember being at SC and people were like, if you want to see Kobe Bryant, go to the UC Irvine gym at 4 a.m. He's there. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like Kobe Bryant's at the UC Irvine gym in the off season at 4 in the fucking morning.
I remember even the rumor that he helicoptered from Newport to Staples was crazy for a while. Like when I first heard that, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. His work ethic, and then anyone who's, I've never met the guy, and the only time I've ever been close to him other than watching him at Staples was the three of us went to like an NBA 2K event in Hollywood.
That was the only time I ever saw him.
And he was upstairs, and I saw him, and I was like, and I kept telling Drama, I was like, dude, I'm starstruck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like, I think 10 years ago at this point, right?
Probably, at least 10 years.
Yeah, that had to be, Yeah, that was, I think that was the only time I ever saw him, like, really, like, maybe outside of going to a game in person.
Yeah. I always have this weird take on greatness, that, like, greatness is tragic because you ultimately sacrifice so much to be great, and something about that is tragic. In this case, he lost his life, and not to say they correlated with each other. It's just how it goes. Like when you think about people that are so like impactful and great in society, they tragically leave us, whether unintentionally, intentionally. It's just how the world works. Like if you think about, I don't know, just the historical figures that have passed that have had a major impact, like Princess Diana or Michael Jackson or, people like this. It's just, I don't know, there's something associated with being great that's very sad to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, and it's not a clear straight line for what that means, but I don't know, that's why I always used to joke about people, because I've, just read about so many great people. You're Steve Jobs, and I just said like, you know what? I'm good. I'm happy being good. I'm afraid, like greatness is the ultimate sacrifice. And in this case, unfortunately, like his life was taken. And I'm not saying his greatness was impacted by the helicopter crashing, but
yeah, I think it's more the impact to us is his greatness.
I don't think it's this celebration is exactly everything he worked for.
Yeah.
Think of all the 41-year-olds that die in car crashes that no one ever knows of. You would think every day he was at 3 a.m. at UC Irvine gym. It was also for this.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the one thing that the biggest impact that he's had on people, and athletes or non-athletes, is just that Mamba mentality that you saw everyone on social media posting. And it's that work ethic, it's that drive, it's that like desire that he had clearly as an athlete. As a modern athlete, he was the only one that had it. Like,
and he was able to he was like,
willed himself.
How Kleenex means tissues.
Yeah.
Or Uber means, like, it literally was like hard work means Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do people say Kobe when they shoot baskets?
What do you mean?
You know how everyone goes Kobe? Where did that start? How does he own buckets? Shooting a basket?
Yeah, I think because that generation just grew up on him.
When people shoot trash into trash cans, they yell Kobe.
Kobe, yeah. It's crazy.
That's insane.
On a really disgusting note, I saw the Washington Post reporter, a Washington Post reporter, post the sexual assault allegations today.
Yeah, I can't believe that even exists.
Yeah,
in my head, I was like, I hope no one.
Excuse my friend, she's a stupid fucking bitch for posting that.
Yeah, Matt Belinsky's on a Twitter campaign trying to get her fired right now.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, here's the editor.
Yeah. It's just like, it's just so unnecessary to even talk about these things at a time like this.
Yeah. I knew that someone would do it.
Yeah. It was the zag. Someone was going to zag that way, right?
It was the liberal zag.
Liberal zag.
You want to, liberal.
Yeah, and then it unfortunately takes away from all the positive and amazing things.
Fortunately, I don't think it went that viral. I think people just shitted on her.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone actually
she
was
said,
like, "Oh,
I
let's."
got 10,000 death threats." She said, "I was like, I'm surprised it's only 10,000."
And also, it seems like, I mean, the last thing I want to do here is speculate, but they're releasing already audio from air traffic control. It looks like
we just listened to it.
The issue was the fog. It was an incredibly foggy morning. And it looked like they were held up at Burbank, circling over Burbank for 15 minutes because the fog was too bad. They said that police, sort of, whatever you call it, patrol helicopters were grounded because of the fog. And they finally got like an opening and took it and were going down like Las Virgenes and flew into the mountain, it looked like. So who knows if there was more to it than that, but it looked like just an error because of the fog.
Yeah, it sounds like
which is also wild, man. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to like play favorites here, but like if it's that, we need the best pilots in the world flying these people around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know, and I was just thinking because they were saying a lot of the flights and helicopters were grounded when they took off, and it's just, why take the risk? I just don't get it.
Yeah,
I
think look, he's probably flown 5,000 times.
Yeah,
and like driving a car. And actually, driving a car, it's a little icy or whatever. You're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
And I actually got a text from someone that said pilots often in these private situations try to impress their high-profile clients. Like, I'll get you there.
Yeah, that's risky. That seemed like my fear from, once again, heavy speculation alert, but like from listening to the air traffic control, it just sounded like, oh, we have a blah, 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 we got to get going. Like it sounded like, hey, we got to get Kobe to where he's going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even air traffic control, everyone in LA is going to let Kobe do whatever he wants.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I just think my thing was the impact. My thing was when you really like hear the stories or you watch Kobe Bryant's Muse or any of that stuff, I mean, he was dedicated his life and forfeited everything else to go down in history.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, the only positive of it to me is like, he's getting the celebration that he deserves from all of that hard work. And if I sacrifice my life and work that hard, I would only hope it looks like that on Instagram when I check out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
I guess, and then, but it's just,
sucks.
It's horrendous.
It just sucks.
I'm just saying,
like it hits home so hard for me.
Yeah. Yep. Well, should we get into the episode or?
Yeah, I mean,
we have it recorded.
Okay. Well, guys.
R.I.P. Kobe.
R.I.P. Kobe. I'm sure also we'll get, you know what I wish someone would do? I just want to put this out into the universe is there are so many great stories about Kobe. I wish someone would gather them all and put them in some sort of book. Like, you know how they had that Kobe Bryant book?
Yeah.
I wish someone would do that.
Yeah. That would be nice.
I mean, there's endless stories about the dude.
I have that in my office, by the way. I'm going to grab that on the way out of here. The whole book dedicated to how hard he works.
Yeah.
It's literally just like, here's how hard I work.
Yeah.
Probably sold millions of copies.
Yeah.
Incredible.
No, incredible life.
Okay, well, I'm sure we'll get, he'll hear more stories and stuff, so there'll probably be more throughout the week. But that's it. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Happy Monday.
Thank you.
Happy Monday. Happy.
Happy Monday.
It's our new Monday anthem. We're going to start
terrible.
bringing it in. We're going to start singing it. Happy Monday.
You're on your own on that one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just trying to get the energy up in here.
That's why I have a tequila.
Again?
Monday morning tequila. You're in your car, 6:30 in the morning, driving to work.
God.
Just know I'm having a tequila for you.
You are Jessica Simpson.
I am Jessica Simpson, but I don't know if Jessica Simpson went to sleep at 8:45 p.m. last night.
I bet she did.
That's how you get charged up for the 7:30 a.m. cocktail.
8:30 shots, 8:30 bedtime.
I was 8:45 in bed, TV off.
I just got to say, I think that you might be prioritizing your life wrong.
Okay.
Because you won't hesitate to have a late night out.
Yeah.
You're a fun guy.
I'm a big fun guy.
You're a fun guy.
I'm not a mushroom, but I'm a fun guy.
Okay. You have long days, hard hours, all that stuff. I think you chose the wrong night to go to bed early last night.
That's what I'm hearing. Actually, that's not what I'm hearing. All I'm hearing is the funniest thing ever, and no one can tell me a joke.
What are you referring to, Drama? One of the great nights out in LA?
One of the greatest nights out in LA.
Okay.
One of the rare, lucky instances where we get, not only from living in LA, but having great friends, to have an inside look at, I would say, the greatest comedian of all time.
Agree.
Undoubtedly at this point.
Okay. In a room where his jokes are making fun of the relatives and the people in the room, namely being Caitlyn Jenner jokes while Kendall Jenner is 3 feet behind us.
Yeah.
And just watching a man like Dave Chappelle hone his craft.
Yeah.
It's rare. Like if you had an opportunity to go watch LeBron, do a workout, except the workout was hilariously funny. That's kind of what this was like.
Depends on the time.
Well, listen, if you could have a couple cocktails, we were literally standing at the bar, unlimited drinks, just pouring in. Dream scenario for you.
I know, just so late.
I get it.
What
I'm
time
just
did you guys
saying-
get home?
12:30?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I got home at I think 1:10.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But listen, I'm just saying, maybe cancel Tacoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, what time did you get home from
priorities.
San Diego?
12.
There you go.
I got home 30 minutes earlier.
But you could have Run Club in Riverside. That's fine. You're going to meet new people.
I don't know if I have a pull in Riverside.
I don't think anyone does.
You know who does? Travis Barker.
Yeah, you're right. So anyway, but yes, it was insane. I mean, we went there. We go in. You hang out for a little bit. All of our friends came. Risa, Michael Mente, obviously Brian Toll, the whole Brian Toll squad. Kendall Jenner. We almost have a table. Brian's like, "Oh, you can sit at this table. I don't think they're coming." And then literally the moment we go to kind of sit down, he's like, "Oh, never mind. She just walked in. It's Kendall Jenner."
Give me one joke.
It's a conversation.
It's a conversation.
So you don't remember conversations?
You had to be
You
there.
talk to people, you just forget immediately?
I'm not talking
I
back.
know Anand's drunk. He didn't remember. Drama didn't probably have one sip of alcohol.
No, Drama was drinking.
Chugging wine.
One glass.
Out
No.
with my
pussy.
friends.
Drama was
You said
drinking.
7.
It was a rare night. Drama was drinking.
I was drinking.
What? One glass?
No, I had 3.
No way.
He told me 7 downstairs.
No, that was a lie. 3. Honestly,
7 glasses?
Yeah.
He has had 7 glasses of wine
I know.
in 2 years.
I had 3. A joke. I'm having trouble thinking of a joke.
He definitely spent a lot of time on transgenders.
A lot of time on transgenders.
And he kind of tied every joke back to like a transgender kind of thing.
He did say that he would rather. I forget. What did he say about transgender shared bathrooms? Like he would rather a girl walk up next to him and pull out
Oh yeah,
her junk than have a guy back up to the stall.
yeah, he did say that.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And I mean, he forget the 3 hour or a couple hours of jokes. He spent a long time on Andrew Yang.
A lot.
It was
time
like
on
a
Andrew Yang.
campaign speech. He was like stumping for Yang.
Maybe he's a big Yang guy.
Yeah, he made a lot of jokes about like being rich and about how he can't vote Republican, but all the Democrats want to take all his money.
Yeah.
He made a joke about, a year ago there was a MMA fight between a transgender woman and a woman, and he bet everything that he has
On the
on the
transgender.
transgender woman. He's like, if you want to know how that went, I'm still rich, aren't I?
He's one of the few people that is rich and always talks about being rich, and it doesn't annoy me.
No, he does it really well. And he said that after his last special, a guy started showing up at his house in Ohio and screaming the N-word over his fence just over and over and over. He also said that outside, you just heard a guy at his gate screaming the N-word, a white dude, like a white supremacist looking dude, screaming the N-word, and his wife goes, Dave, I think someone's looking for you. And his whole run-in with the cops and getting an order of protection and whatever. But anyway, the thing that blew me away was I feel like the first hour, how long was he up? 2 hours?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like the first hour was like honing jokes. And then an hour in, he goes, I think that about does it. How long was I up here? 50 minutes? He's like, anyone want to talk about anything? And
Yeah.
for the whole next hour, just people would shout things at him or any topic that came to mind, he would just riff on. And then he was also like so well educated on like African American
Yeah.
women's rights and like all of these issues and like explaining to the crowd, do you understand why this happens and blah, blah, blah. But then he would make a joke. He made this long joke about this executive in Hollywood that he kind of did wrong, but she still stuck up for him because she's a black woman and she understands. And he's like, you know what? And that's why she stuck up for me and she respected me. It was this long speech. And then he's like, and you know, I think that she knows that. And I think she knows what I meant. And everyone's kind of like, yeah, yeah. And he's like, and if she doesn't, ruh-roh. And it was just like, you know, like this whole long thing.
Yeah.
So whatever. Anyway.
That's funny. Yeah.
But really good. And then I think that's like he was talking about Prince. He always talks about Prince.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
talking about Prince. And he's like, hey, Ruth, what was Prince's favorite award? And Ruth, this girl that's just sitting at a booth, was Prince's assistant.
Wow.
And he knows her from being Prince's assistant. And she's like, oh, he really loved his blah, blah, blah. And like, well, and like,
Yeah, he freestyled
Insane.
at least an hour
yeah.
and was hysterical.
Yeah. Someone also said, someone said, Chappelle, you should run for president. And he's like, no, you don't want that. And he's like, you know what? Maybe I'll run with Buttigieg. Maybe I'll be Buttigieg's vice president. Every time he said something, I was like, you go, Pete. You go, Pete. And like, Dave, I'm trying to be serious. You're like, tell him, Pete. But that was a rip. That was all someone just shouting, you should be president.
He's just funny. He just everything he does is funny.
I think he's a
the goat.
genius.
He's the GOAT, I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think yeah. Okay.
Well, if he the thing about it is, he's like doubling down on his persona,
Yeah.
where a lot of other comedians have clearly backed off, or they were rapey, and you're never going to hear them again.
Yep. Although I've heard, speaking of, you know, I don't want to charge him here, but speaking of rapey, I heard Louis C.K. is like fully touring and has a really hot hour.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't think anyone will give him a special. But
Right.
he's like touring in the U.S. making money, has a bulletproof hour.
I'm sure.
Is what they've
I
said.
mean, he's
Man,
a funny dude.
Yeah.
He's
but that's
really
also the
funny.
joy of like the internet and stuff is like,
It doesn't matter.
yeah, like sure, you might not get that $10 million special payday, but
Yeah.
like you can make good money.
2 million.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Louis C.K. show is hysterical.
I have a feeling he'll come back long term.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Maybe not
I
to the full
agree.
extent.
He should come back, but I just don't think the networks or streaming
So-
services are going to take a bet on him.
I have an idea for a streaming service.
There's no upside. Like he's obviously really good, but he's not going to put up Chappelle numbers.
So let me tell you, what if you did a streaming service for Outcasts?
I like
Everything
that.
that's canceled, and
Yeah.
it's all those people, they get to put their content
What's
up.
that social media? Is it Gab?
Which one?
What's the social media site that's like lets anything fly?
Yeah.
It's like Twitter, but
Yeah.
is it Gab?
I don't
forgot
know.
You
what
could
it
have
was.
like a streaming platform
Yeah.
like that, like the dark web.
It's like $1.99, and it's just do whatever the fuck you want.
masterclass by Harvey Weinstein. Business
How to
advice.
make it? How to make it as a producer in Hollywood?
Oh, I got another one. He said, was that him?
No, it was the girl who was hysterical.
The Weinstein joke?
Yeah.
No. He had a Weinstein one where he said, I'm going to play out his jokes. That's fucked up.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine, don't.
Whatever. He made a lot
That's
of
why our
Weinstein.
phones were locked.
Yeah.
So we don't do this.
Yeah, he made, you know what's funny is I left my phone in the car and the security didn't believe me. And they're like,
Let me see your phone.
yeah. And I'm like, seriously.
They're like, you must be a weirdo that you don't have your phone on you.
Yeah. Anyway, here's the other thing that I wanted to talk about. I have recently had wild success on social media, and I think,
Wow.
you know, I'd like to talk about it. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. I'd like to hear maybe your congratulations.
Congratulations, drama.
Thank you so much.
I'm not ready yet. What is it?
Okay, well, I have a post that really just went blockbuster.
Okay.
There's this thing happening called the Dolly Parton Challenge, where you we did one on group chat. You have like 4 squares in your Instagram square, and it says Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Tinder. And you're supposed to post a photo of yourself that represents those
Yep.
personalities. And so I just went through the archive. I mean, luckily, one thing that I do have is a treasure trove of really embarrassing photos of myself.
Yeah.
And I posted it, and it's just going wild. So
I did it too.
So
I was
You did
early
with
on
Mav,
it.
right?
Yeah,
oh,
I did
you
with
were
Mav.
before me. Yeah.
I saw that it was the Dolly Parton challenge.
Yep.
So I ended up just going back to her page, and she actually posted it 3 days ago, and she posted old pics of herself. Do you like? She obviously created like a phenomenon.
Yep.
Who did that? Did she do that? Does she have a grandkid that
She has
does
a
it?
Probably.
grandkid.
Yeah.
Probably a grandkid. Gotta be, right?
I mean, it has 800,000 likes, which is kind of light considering how big
But what's her like? Go to 3 photos previous. What's her average Dolly Parton?
150.
It's quite a bit. Yeah. She deserves one.
She's popping.
She deserved $1 million.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, are you planning on getting involved, D, or?
It's a little late, I think.
Here's the thing: is
You're a big
I
social
can't
media
do
guy.
I can't do Tinder. I missed it. It's over.
It's not mood boardy.
It's not mood boardy.
It's lame.
No,
Hop on
Dolly
trends.
Parton says boomers it gets.
Yeah, but that's. I missed Tinder.
No,
the
you
entire
missed
thing.
you missed this fad. It's too late. It's
No,
played
Who
out.
cares?
Yeah.
Gosh, I mean,
I'll have a new one tomorrow.
as a guy who like is supposed to be on the cutting edge of.
No, I'm a boomer board.
But where's your boomer board posts?
I've been posting.
But
Every
what?
day.
What'd you post?
I posted Dom in front of a garbage truck. If you have a child,
Which you don't.
you know that the biggest day of the week is when the garbage man comes.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a Gen Zer post, not a boomer post.
That's boomers have kids.
boomers
are-
have grandkids.
Yeah, but
no, that's
the
baby boomers. You're not talking boomers in this audience of millennials is
35
you
now.
and me.
35.
Okay, so you're saying just okay. You
35 to 50 is what
how'd
we're
it do?
calling.
Did well.
Yeah, but it's not very mood.
That's my mood.
But I thought you were gonna post like an inhaler and stuff.
Yeah,
I
because
did.
this just seems like
Yesterday.
this just
You
seems like
commented on it. Are you? You're just not barely paying
On your
attention.
feed?
Yes.
this just seems like a cute family pic. I don't get the boomer vibe.
Yeah, I think
You
we
don't
gotta
get
step
it
up.
because you don't pay attention to garbage trucks. Once you discover Garbage Truck Song by Blippi, trust me, Mav's gonna be obsessed with
I
Garbage
can't
Truck.
believe-
And when it comes out, you look at the comments. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, that's our weekly."
I can't believe you still let Blippi play in your house. You might as well let Dom listen to R. Kelly.
Maybe I will.
Maybe bring him to Chappelle
Might
next
as well play
time.
some. Yeah, bring him to Chappelle. Play
I'm
some.
okay to
play
expose
some
him to
Michael
that.
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
We actually we don't play that in our house.
Exactly. You just play Blippi. He's pooping all over everyone.
Yeah, but Michael Jackson was sucking little kids' dicks.
Jesus.
Okay, it's a little different.
Wait till Dom stumbles across the Blippi video at age like 14.
14. He's not. I mean, he's not.
14 is gonna be like, this guy defined my childhood. I fucking hate garbage trucks. And every time he sees a garbage truck, he's gonna be petrified and just see poop.
I mean, at least he won't grow up in the era of 2 girls in 1 cup because
Yeah.
that was terrible.
Yeah, but I was like
That was far
19
worse.
when I saw that.
Wow.
Pete was like
I was like
12.
12, 13.
Pete probably loved that.
2 girls, 1 cup. He
Oh,
probably was
Pete's into it.
terrified.
Pete's super
Oh
into it.
my god.
Did you see? You've seen Good Boys? You haven't seen it. No.
I've
Have you
seen
seen
it.
it?
No.
Do you remember the scene where they
I had
look
to
at the
turn it
porn?
off. I didn't like
So
it.
you no.
Really?
What's funny is I got people have walked up to me and saying, "I love Good Boys and Angels Have Fallen."
Oh my god! So you're just creating an audience of shit movies.
No, they love it.
Tie that into your mood board.
Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw.
I'm gonna pick old movies that are like that as my mood.
Okay, well, I would like to have seen a Dolly Parton challenge from you. That's all I'm saying.
I know.
Okay,
Sorry.
it's okay.
I would have done it if I don't want to do Tinder. I just feel weird doing it.
But what do you mean? Don't you have like a photo of you like at the beach or something with your shirt on?
Yeah.
So that's your Tinder pic.
I don't know. It just feels. I miss Tinder. Tinder means nothing to me.
Okay, then change it and make it TikTok. I did a bonus MySpace.
Yeah, the MySpace was good.
Okay. You guys want to talk about what's going on in the world by chance?
Yeah, why not?
That's what we do here, right? Did you guys see that it turns out there was this whole Iran conflict. We killed their general. They then sent these missiles back to a base, but it looked like and was sort of talked about and reported that it hit nothing. Nobody was injured. Nobody was killed. It looks like people were injured. The U.S. is now saying that 34 troops were diagnosed with traumatic brain injury after the strike.
Which is insane.
34 traumatic brain injuries. That had to be people like laying all over the floor.
Yeah.
So we're being lied to? I mean, I feel like are
The
we
problem
in North
is,
Korea? We can't get to the truth?
I'll tell you why this won't get too much press is because they're alive, but traumatic brain injury is insane. Like the
Yeah.
worst.
Didn't we say on the
got
pod?
one.
I think I said it when it first came out. America says 0's dead. Iran says 80's dead. It's somewhere in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's literally in between.
We were lied to.
Of course.
This
And the
pretty
problem is
wild.
we don't respect when you live.
But traumatic brain injury, you're telling me no one died? 34 people had a traumatic brain. That's not bump on the head, and no one died.
It's like a concussion.
Were all 34 of them were just in the perfect blast zone where they only got traumatic brain injuries?
I don't know. It's very scary though.
It just seems like
I don't like
under any administration, this would be the biggest news, similar to so many things we see.
Yeah.
But this is just a footnote, and we move on.
Yeah, I just.
I mean,
can't
you're just
believe it.
lying blatantly
Yeah, it's
to
pretty
push your own
wild.
message, and no one cares.
This story isn't getting big traction, huh?
No, it's only big traction among liberals on Twitter who are pushing the Democratic agenda.
No one cares about liberals on Twitter.
You want to know what people care about is group chat posting a Greta Thunberg diss.
Yeah.
Got a lot of heat from that one.
He decided to post a Greta diss.
Yeah.
So is that true though? I mean, she's posted a photo.
I saw, about the train diesel and this and that. I don't know if that's true, but it's gone viral.
But that's a real photo, right? And all the one-time use plastic and stuff. I mean, I feel like she's got to tighten up.
Yeah, she does.
You can't be posting.
She should only be on a bicycle. The train doesn't work. The train is not electric.
I mean, this is a real flaw.
Greta
in her.
pisses off a lot of people too, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's more Greta. It's more support of the Greta hate than it is Greta support. Does that make sense? Even
Yeah.
on our page, right? More people are saying, "Yeah, Greta sucks,"
Yeah.
right? Yeah, Greta might be most hated.
And I think
She
we
is.
and I think we just
I
make,
can't think of anyone more hated than Greta.
It's wild.
Who? Name somebody.
about
You're
the fact-
laughing, but name somebody.
Think about the fact
Harvey
that
Weinstein.
No way. In America,
I don't know,
globally
man.
hated?
I don't think all the
people
people
outside of America don't even know who Harvey Weinstein is.
Yeah, I think all the people that hate Greta.
Just
Don't give a
everyone
shit
in China
about-
probably hates her because
don't
they're
give a
emitting
shit
so
about
much
Harvey.
trash. They don't give a shit.
Internationally, she's persona non grata. I agree with that. I think she has some support in America.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, can we talk about Joe Rogan for a second?
Yes.
We've talked on here before about his podcast and how massive it is, and I listen to it semi-often. And but the one big thing that's been kind of standing out is he's been going pretty hard for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
He had Bernie on the show, gave pretty good reviews, and now he's apparently pretty outspoken. This I hadn't seen or hadn't listened to the podcast enough to know. He's pretty outspoken about his support for old Berman.
He pretty much said, I like Bernie, and the reason why I like him is that he's been consistent over his 40 years in politics, and that's who I'm going to vote for. And he also said he likes Tulsi Gabbard. But
He had her on the show too.
yeah, and I think he had Andrew Yang too.
Yep.
I don't know if any of the I mean, obviously it's only Donald Trump. I don't think Donald Trump has any reason to go on Joe Rogan.
No.
But he may go in the fall. Who knows?
No point.
If it's tight, he could, because the audiences can be swayed. But here's the thing. Joe Rogan gives his opinion, which he's allowed to do. And all of a sudden, there was like so much uproar when I woke up in the morning on Twitter of that Joe Rogan is supporting Bernie Sanders because he's had all these different types of people. You know, he has all walks of life on his podcast. Yep. He reaches more people than any American. I don't think anyone who reaches more. Kylie Jenner?
He said that to date he's had 3 billion downloads.
Okay, so
That's insane.
No newspaper or television reaches more people than Joe Rogan.
Yep.
He is extremely important when it comes to deciding who our president is. And if he wants to give his opinion, he's allowed to do so.
Yeah.
And I saw so many people giving him a hard time about, oh, you're a Nazi sympathizer, because he had some guest once.
Milo, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is an entertainer at the end of the day. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. And the fact that he's like not allowed to, or, you know,
It's everything that's wrong with the country.
But
It's
that's
like,
also why I don't think Twitter is. I actually think the platform of all the social medias that's degraded the most in the last 12 months, 24 months is Twitter, and it's my favorite of all of them because I don't think it accurately reflects what people actually think. It reflects what the small minority that have loud voices and want to just say sound bites.
Yeah.
And then it gets retweeted 10,000 times and everyone thinks that is actually the opinion. I don't think people give a shit that Joe Rogan had all these guests and then chose Bernie Sanders. But I do think woke people want to make a news story about it.
yeah, I think people are just
Trump
idiots.
is the perfect example. He got elected and has support from 50% of the country. You open Twitter, you would think he's literally the most hated person alive.
Yeah. I also think it just is a reflection of everything that's wrong with like, it's not even Twitter, it's clickbait. It's the fact that people just make a judgment. It's the fact that people just want to be outraged. It's like, if you even spend any time listening to anything Joe Rogan actually says, he says he thinks it's funny that people consider him an alt-right guy because it's ridiculous, and he is a Democrat and he votes Democrat. He said that. I listen to 1 out of every 10 podcasts, and he said it very frequently.
Yeah.
And he also has said very openly that he loves having people on the show that he doesn't understand and doesn't agree with, and just having a conversation with them. And he always keeps it real. He doesn't try to push an agenda.
And that's why his podcast is so big.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it bothers people that he has so much influence over America. He has, I mean, still to this day, the only reason why anyone knows who Andrew Yang is because of Joe Rogan.
Yep.
The only reason why he's any traction is because of him. And I think Joe Rogan, and the fact that he's endorsing Bernie Sanders, like a socialist liberal, and people are upset at him because of what? Like,
and it's liberals that are upset.
And this is the it's all liberals.
Like,
that
what
are
are you
upset.
doing, man? This guy's on your team.
Exactly. And then I saw this one activist saying, I don't agree with him, but whatever, if his idiot listeners are going to vote our way, go for it. I was like, you fucking
like, you're
moron.
the idiot.
You are a moron.
Yeah.
Complete moron. And I mean, it's so stupid. Like, anyone who's like, this is why people hate Greta. This is why people hate activists, because they're not in reality.
Yeah.
They're just not in reality and not how the world works.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, things in the world are not black and white. They're gray.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan has an enormous amount of influence, and he just endorsed the Democratic potential candidate for president. It's a big deal. It's not like he's saying, you know what, fuck it, I'm voting for Trump.
But think about the fact that more Democrats are outraged
Yes.
Yeah, it's Democrats that are outraged.
No.
than Republicans.
Yeah.
That is insane. That is why they're losers.
Yes. And he's getting typecasted because he has a shaved head and he's white and he likes UFC.
Of course.
100%. That is it.
Yeah.
That is the only
What
reason.
do you think? Like, I feel like there's a lot of probably other places in the world where when they picture Americans, they picture a shaved head guy that likes UFC.
Yeah. It's
With a
actually
tight
shocking that he's a Democrat,
Yeah.
given his UFC Dana White
Yeah,
ties.
you should be so pumped.
Yeah.
That you got that.
But
win.
he's not a dummy. If you listen to him talk,
No, he's obviously a really smart guy. He's the biggest podcast for a reason. This isn't an accident.
not even just podcasts.
Yeah.
I think he's the biggest media platform on
Yeah,
earth.
and my point is, it's not an accident.
Yeah.
He's obviously a really smart, compelling dude.
And I just think, like, man, it's so dangerous when you think you're so smart and so, like, on your high horse that you just take 1 second to look at, this guy has billions of downloads on 3-hour shows 3 times a week. He must be saying something that a lot of people, like, you're a dummy to write that off and say, his idiot listeners.
Did he have Bernie on before the last election?
I don't remember.
Because I was trying to figure out. So Bernie really resonated with young people in the last election, even though he lost to Clinton.
Yep.
And I was trying to figure out what the catalyst was in 2016.
Maybe it was Bernie.
It could have been Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Because I remember people in our office, there was the Bernie merch store, and everyone wanted to go.
Yeah,
Non-voters.
that thing's still up.
Still there.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's not active.
it's not open, but
Neither is Bernie.
that's the problem with. I think Bernie gets a lot of people excited who aren't going to vote.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
100%.
It's a huge problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How about this? Did you guys see the tweet? We have a big social media episode. Did you see the post the other day that it was a video of James Corden filming his famous carpool karaoke segment with Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
It was like someone on the sidewalk spotted it and filmed it, except for the big spoiler was James Corden isn't driving. The Range Rover is being towed behind another car.
Yeah.
And people are not happy.
You know what? I'm outraged.
I'm not.
It's called carpool karaoke.
I know,
Welcome
but
to
you can't
fucking
even, like-
Hollywood. Jesus.
Like, legally, you can't even have this guy on TV. Like,
If
making
anyone
jokes.
you know
really
what?
thought he was driving around, you're an idiot.
I thought he was driving
Yeah.
down the street.
I thought he was
like
just
2
surrounded
blocks.
by a caravan and they shut down the street.
Yes, that's what I thought.
But
was
whatever,
going on.
same thing. Who cares?
No, fuck him. I hate him.
Tow him around like Santa
No,
Claus.
It's like
He's a clown. He can't drive and sing. We all drive and sing all
It's a
day.
It's a
legal issue.
liability.
You don't think that
Nah,
the
you know
network...
what?
He's
Nah.
on. What,
I'm
he's
never
on,
watching a
What is
clip.
he on?
Don't ever
ABC,
send me a clip
CBS.
again.
He's,
Something, one of those.
yeah, one of the CBS, I think.
The big guys.
They can't afford to have this idiot
This guy
singing.
gets T-boned with Billie Eilish in the car on La Cienega.
Then call it towing karaoke.
Oh God.
Someone said car Pull karaoke.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
He's a fraud.
It's TV.
He's
dude.
a fraud.
TV. Drama was on a reality television show. Wasn't scripted, right?
Guess what? It wasn't real. You know what's funny is we
I
posted...
didn't say I liked it.
Well, he chose to do business with me, asshole.
That's a very different situation. Choosing to do business and saying I liked your show is very different.
Yesterday we posted, Young and Reckless reposted that video, and Complex wrote like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
I can't believe this is all fake." And then Young and Reckless wrote, "Wait till you hear about Fantasy Factory."
Yeah.
People were up in arms.
Yeah.
Mad at me.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean?
But you did jump off the 6-story building,
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
and you were in the bull
I
fighting
went to
thing.
that.
Those are
because
the two most
I went to that
dangerous
because
things.
I honestly thought he might die. I might just go see this.
You want to see it?
I drove to.
Man,
it was
to end this-
Topanga.
I remember there's one guy up in the bleachers.
Somewhere
Dee.
it was somewhere, and I was there. And then as soon as you like lived through it, I like.
And
went
Rob
out.
did flip that car. We saw that live.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
crazy.
I genuinely with the bull, I was very nervous.
Yeah.
Rob flipping the car, I'm not even joking. I was shivering.
I agree. I was so
I was
scared.
like, this guy's gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah, we felt like that a lot of times. Getting shot out of a cannon
Oh,
was one
yeah.
of the scariest things. Scuba diving with sharks. We didn't even know how to scuba dive.
Yeah, I remember that.
and didn't Rob surf like the biggest wave in Hawaii? And
That was
people-
probably the closest anyone ever got to actually like dying was that thing.
Yeah.
And on video, it's like it looks like nothing. It's like a
Yeah.
6 foot
surfing's
wave.
very dangerous.
But he slammed and got whatever and like caught up in the wave and he thought he was going to drown. Because every other one was pretty good. Nobody really got hurt. My brother broke his neck.
yeah.
It's pretty bad. Anyway, but yeah, I mean I think that's about as real as reality TV gets. Maybe Jackass has us beat, but people were up in arms.
Wow.
People were still very emotional about Fantasy Factory.
That's good. People care.
That's good. Okay, so whatever. So me and Anand are fine with James Corden. You are over it.
Yeah.
How about this? I don't know what your guys' credit scores are looking like. I'm guessing they're pretty high. Dee, yours might be a little lower. You seem to not really give a fuck.
I just checked it actually when this article came out.
I could see you getting bills occasionally and being like, you know what? Nah, I'll worry about it later.
You know what's funny? I hadn't checked it for years.
Yeah,
Literally 5 years.
that's exactly my point.
And because, if I applied for something, I got it approved. So I was like, okay, whatever. It's got to be good.
Yeah.
And then a year ago, I checked it and I was like, it was like 700. And I was like, why don't I have a higher credit score? And it was because some nonsense that I just forgot.
Exactly.
It was like $5.
Okay, look at how
Yeah,
well I
like-
know you. Yeah.
Like minor health bills that are like $20 that you just didn't pay can crater your credit score.
Yeah.
And I would see
Mine
your
was literally like a $10 bill.
Yeah, I could see your accountant being like, Dee, we have to pay this.
Do parking tickets go against your credit? Because if that's the case, there's
might
D's
need to
probably
look
at
into it.
200.
I don't drive, so I don't have
That's
no
true.
tickets.
Not anymore.
Okay, well, anyway, it looks like FICO is making some changes that could lower your credit score. So you might end up in the 600s.
No.
Disgusting.
Mine's way up now. When I finally looked at it.
Finally paid that $10 bill. Took care of that Blockbuster bill.
When I did that, I have Credit Karma now.
Yeah.
So it gives you updates. Your score has gone up 53 points. I was like, fuck, one bill.
Really? Gosh. Okay, so what's happening? What are they changing?
So they are rewarding people that pay on time and that have lower utilization, like on their credit, as always. Where they're really penalizing people who are late. And so people who do pay on time and have lower utilization are going to see a bump in their credit scores. And then those people that have are late on payment they're gonna get punished even more. So you're gonna see a huge divide in the credit score.
Doesn't it seem like a really bad time to be messing with, like, come on. What if you're having a tough time and your credit score gets knocked down 50 points?
You need Yang Gang.
You
Get
do.
that
You need
12 grand.
12 grand, yeah.
Yeah. So
Right?
I think
why mess with that? Like, people are really going to not be
Here's
able to
the-
get, like,
here's
approved
the-
for
I mean,
things.
so the people that have 680 or higher are going to get really rewarded, and the people
actually-
that fall behind on loan payments apparently are going to get crushed.
That's the problem with the country, right? We have the no middle class.
And before Anand steps in, the other thing is apparently the last 5 years, a lot of consumers have taken unsecured personal loans, like $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 loans, and they've gone late on those payments. Those people are going to get punished the most.
Sheesh.
I'm really curious. I remember before the financial crash and the housing crisis, I remember someone telling me, who cares about your credit score? Who do you know that wants to buy a house that has the money is not able to because they give mortgages to everyone? Which was clearly the case, which is why we had the crisis.
Oh, before.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we should got a house then.
Has anything changed? I'd love to hear. We have any mortgage brokers that listen to us?
Yeah.
If you have a high 500 but can pay the 30% down, are you still getting that loan?
Good question. I don't think so.
I think you are, just at a little higher rate.
Much higher rate.
But 500? Maybe
Oh, whatever, 600? I don't know what's the threshold where they're like, you're willing to pay 35, 40% down. That's still a lot of exposure to the bank.
Yeah, if you bump up that down payment, though, you probably get away with. I mean, things aren't like, I think people are still trying to get rid of houses, right? I mean, it's not like rates are
really
high.
low.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm
Yeah.
sure they're still pretty lenient, just
I
not
think
how
so.
they were.
Because banks are incentivized, let's not forget, by issuing mortgages.
Yeah, they're still probably doling them out.
I think so.
You put down a hefty down payment, it doesn't matter. They don't check
No.
that FICO. FICO off. Someone write us. Someone write us and tell us the answer on that.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear. Okay, how about this? It sounds like maybe the legal system listened to my loser of the week on Friday, because Antonio Brown, number one, had to turn himself in. He was granted bail, but he was ordered to get a mental health evaluation. So it sounds like maybe the legal system is stepping in and saying, "Hey, man, you seem a little squirrely. I heard you were throwing dicks around. Let's get you checked out."
I think that's his attorney influencing.
So this
Like
is
that's a negotiation?
Yeah.
to what your point was on the last episode. This is a clear case where the NFL needs to step in and help him.
Yep.
Right? He's clearly gone off the deep end, but he's still he can rehabilitate and be a normal person in society.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the NFL, but don't let him get to Delonte West.
No. But they won't. And funny, another takeaway from Chappelle, he said the guy that was screaming the N-word over the fence kept coming back. The cops came to him and said, "Look, it's not much we can do, blah, blah, blah." He said, "Look, I'll pay for his mental health treatments as long as you never tell him that it came from me." Because I would rather do that.
Yeah.
I'd rather clear him up
Yeah.
and not have to worry about it.
Nice guy.
Where's the NFL with that sort of energy?
It's because there's too many people.
Yeah, it's a
You
big
help
deal.
Antonio, you have to help.
And the NFL should, because
They did
the
it.
NFL has a PR problem, like an image problem. Sure, ratings are up. People still think the NFL is the big bad.
I know. Unless the ratings were down. If the ratings were down, they would pay. The ratings are record high.
I'm just saying it's a good
Super Bowl is going to be
I agree.
record high.
Sure, you can argue the financial aspect, like, oh, if you help Antonio Brown, then you have to help everyone. But it's such a good business move. Like, look what the NFL did to Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
And then everyone can parade around and say, yeah, stop talking about Kaepernick. We went and helped Antonio Brown.
And not to be like a jerk about it here, but think about how much that would also alleviate some of your current head trauma problems. Mm-hmm. Great press.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Get out there and help a few people.
Probably not.
NFL.
No chance of doing anything.
Who's at halftime again? J-Lo?
And Shakira.
Yeah.
What a joke.
And Demi Lovato's the national anthem.
Seems like whoever booked that has some head trauma.
Isn't it Jay-Z? Doesn't he curate the NFL entertainment? Rock Nation?
That was the deal, I thought.
Right?
Yeah, maybe.
You got J-Lo?
Well, they want to make it Latin vibe because it's Miami.
Yeah.
Should be
That's
Post
what they
Malone.
say.
It's perfect.
Post
Yeah.
Malone is perfect, but he's a white male. They're not going to pick him.
You don't think the NFL, that's exactly what they want?
No,
No,
but
they don't. They don't want to pick a white male.
Isn't
Jay-Z.
Shakira rep by Rock Nation? She is.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, she is.
Okay, so then he did a good job.
And then last year was who? Was in.
He didn't do last year, though, right?
Oh, he did.
Atlanta.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Well, last year was that Atlanta debacle, remember?
Yeah, that's right. That's why he had to step.
It was like Adam Levine in Atlanta or something.
It's funny.
Jay-Z's
There's
smart.
always outrage on all these like halftime, and no one remembers. No one cares. I don't remember. We were at the game. I don't remember.
You know what I love is Jay-Z's able
Yeah.
to be like, I'm not doing the Super Bowl. He's able to rap about it. Fuck the NFL. Then do a deal with the NFL and book his own artists.
I like that.
Smart business.
Okay.
Shakira.
And think about when you're signing clients now, you'd be like, I'll get you a halftime show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, since we don't have any artists performing at the halftime show, we have to sell shitty ads. Guys, run them. Can I say shitty?
Yeah, why
My
not?
guess is there's no chance a Scooter Braun artist ever gets the halftime show.
No. Okay, we're back.
Demi Lovato.
Oh, she is, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
She's
they
what?
would choose. All right, take all this out.
Demi
Damn
Lovato's
it.
what?
Scooter Braun artist.
They got it
Yeah.
She's the national anthem.
this time. Wow.
Take
Okay.
all that out, Danny. Thanks.
Okay, we're back. Did you guys see Louis Vuitton is opening a restaurant?
I did see that, and I'm very excited.
I think it's really expensive.
For sure.
Like pancakes are like,
$60.
yeah, 120. Monogram pancakes. Is that the thing?
If you got an LV monogram pancake,
It's hot.
yeah.
That's
Where-
a
is
hot
Is
Instagram.
that in Paris or is it at?
Osaka, Japan.
Huh.
Le Café V.
That's it?
Yeah.
Le Cafe V? Okay.
And they're
some-
doing a high-end seafood restaurant in Paris. That is, the concept comes from Milan. So
This
they're
is
getting the
100
restaurant business.
100% going to work because any time a lifestyle brand can do something like this where people are so bought in.
Yeah.
And my example will be Tommy Bahama. Anytime I've ever walked into a Tommy Bahama restaurant, it is slammed. Slammed.
They have restaurants?
Yes. And
What type of vibe? I mean, no, what type of vibe? But I'm saying like
old white people, Margaritaville vibes, but with money.
Margaritaville vibe.
I'd
Yeah.
love to understand why they chose Osaka, Japan.
Probably a huge market, right?
It's a new store.
Because
It's on
they
the top
know
of
it's
the
going to
fourth
work.
floor. It's gonna work. It'll work anywhere, though, right?
Yeah, but Japan's like 100% going to work.
Right.
There's no risk.
They take food seriously in Japan.
yeah.
So do you think this is all marketing, or did they think they looked at some sort of opportunity to increase?
Or it's a test. Go to Osaka and test.
Do you think they looked at some sort of revenue model and said like,
Yes.
ooh, restaurants could drive more?
I've heard some crazy numbers at the Tommy Bahama store in New York City because of the restaurant. Like bunker restaurant numbers combined with retail numbers of what that does for business. And Tommy Bahama is not cheap. Like it's not like a cheap brand.
I've only been to the Palm Springs one with
And
you.
it was slammed.
Yeah, it was busy. It's very Tommy Bahamas. You get a grilled cheese, French fries.
That's like $40.
That's amazing. Okay, well, good. Maybe they're geniuses then.
I think like a standalone retail brand that has like this heritage lifestyle can easily do this at scale. Like if there was a Louis Vuitton Beverly Hills, we'd go there.
Of course, there's a restaurant opening in the Gucci store on Rodeo.
Really?
Yeah, and I think like any week.
Think about that Instagram moment.
We got to go to that
I got
restaurant.
Gucci coffee.
What's Gucci?
Yeah, what's Gucci?
You might put down your shitty chocolate milk for that.
At least for the gram.
That might be worth it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we have a little bit of breaking news. Now, disclaimer.
Okay.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What?
It's Friday. We normally record Sunday nights.
Yeah, so we normally record Sunday night, so I apologize. I have
And
a
let's
feeling,
tell the real reason. We want to inspect D
Yes.
before we get near him, post
Yeah.
Wuhan.
Yeah, we have to wait till Tuesday because we
Post
want Dee
Malone.
to come back post Wuhan Malone. We want him to make sure there's no signs of
Yeah.
any viral infections. Especially Pete, man. I'm worried about Pete because I know Dee goes to bed at 8:30. Pete's not.
Yeah.
Pete's out mingling with the
Pete's going to be at some Seattle dive bar
Yeah.
doing karaoke.
making out with some.
Wow, I look like a karaoke guy.
You're just a small time guy living in a lonely
Yeah.
world.
Too bad Taylor's not there to videotape
Living in a
it.
Wuhan world. You might get locked up, spend the night in jail, and catch some Wuhan. Just saying, man.
good.
Go fucking around with all those birds up there out of your own city. You
Is
never
the
know what
hotel
might
in
happen.
Tacoma or Seattle?
We haven't decided yet.
Tacoma, Pete's going to have a few options of what to do.
Yeah.
Seattle, I think he can figure it out.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so it is, like I said, it's Friday. I have a feeling this story is going to involve big breaking news that is right up the group chat alley. It looks like there is evidence that, okay, so back to the Jeff Bezos phone hacking, leaked photos, National Enquirer scandal. There's evidence now that Lauren Sanchez gave her brother information,
Gave her the picture.
the information from the phone that the brother then leaked to the National Enquirer.
Yeah.
And paid $200,000 apparently.
But here's my first question. Does this discredit the Saudi Arabia thing?
I think it's all true.
Everyone's after those dick pics, huh?
Yeah. So
World's most wanted dick pic.
yeah, I would agree.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're
Dee's
super-
excited.
You're super excited about it?
I mean, okay, whose dick do you want to see?
you offered.
You have to pick a dick. Who you picking?
Why do I have to pick a dick?
You have to.
Well, why?
But let's just say you had to.
What if
Pick
I
a
don't
dick.
want to see a dick?
You have to
Pick.
pick a dick.
Pick a dick. Who's
Pete
dick
probably
you
has
say?
5 names off the top of his head.
Yeah, there's no way out of
Easy.
this. Pete, who's your number one?
Nope. You got to pick a dick first.
I can't, man. I can't pick a dick. Why? I can't find any motivation for why I would want to see a dick.
I would assume a lot of people want to see Jeff Bezos' dick.
I want to see Jeff Bezos' dick.
You do.
Yep.
Yeah.
This guy also put his balls in soy
What do you guys
sauce.
do on these long trips?
Just think about all the dicks.
Are you watching The Office on the flight or dick?
It's Steve Carell. I'd like to see Steve's dick. How about that? There you go.
The 4-year-old virgin dick.
Now pick a dick.
I'm not picking a dick.
No, you're not. Now you're looking. Now
I
you're
can't,
scared.
bro. I can't.
Okay.
You gotta pick a dick.
I can't pick a dick.
It's really not that hard. Just think of a dick.
Why is there any dick?
Pick it.
Okay,
Why-
I got
why
one.
are you
I got
so-
one. I got
There it
one.
is.
Okay.
Donald Trump.
Wow.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I
See,
would want to
thank
see
you.
that too.
But I just want to know why Pete got so excited for this segment.
There was no real
He's dipping
excitement.
his balls in soy sauce and looking at other people's dicks. You don't know what this guy's doing on the weekend.
I think
You don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to know. Trust me, I don't
D
want
kind of is part of the weekend, so.
to. But not the part that.
God, it gets lonely up there in Tacoma. You guys might be comparing dicks. Oh man, what a stupid.
What I was gonna say is that the part of the story that I think is the most interesting is that she shared these pictures with her brother. So I'm not mad that Lauren Sanchez shared the picture. So if you're
would you
dating
not-
this one of the most famous men on earth, I get why you share it with your girlfriends. Like, oh my God, look at this picture he just sent me, right? I get that.
But like, it's Jeff Bezos.
Okay, so let's just assume, forget that, she shared it with her girlfriends.
Okay.
The reason why I think there's some hanky-panky is that she shared it with her brother. There's no woman that would go and say, oh my God, the guy I'm dating just shared his dick pic. I'm going to show it to my brother.
But of course, there's hanky panky. What this is alluding is that she is part of the setup.
That's my point.
But
is that-
I don't think she's part of the setup.
What?
What?
Why would she share with her brother?
She had a very rich husband. She wants 200 grand.
Maybe
what?
times are tough.
Lauren
She-
Sanchez was married to the CEO of William Morris.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, CEO of William Morris does not give a fuck about $200,000.
Okay, fine. So let's just say
Maybe-
you're right. Why else would
And
you
her
ever?
she had a child with Tony Gonzalez who made probably $100+ million.
Fair. My other question
Maybe
that is
she's
equally
on
as unlikely is why are you not only showing but letting your brother have possession of your boyfriend's dick pic? What's that reasoning?
He had the brother had the shirtless pic and the text messages. I think what happened was she's like, you wouldn't believe Bezos and I are like kind of flirting or dating. I think that part is
No.
innocent. Because
Why
I
don't
don't
you tell
think
your brother? You don't tell your brother.
Shirtless pic?
Siblings relationship's different.
That one's a sick one.
That one's a sick one.
That is a sick one. No, I would love to know any woman who's listening that has a brother that has ever shared a dick pic
No,
with
it's
their
a
brother.
shirtless pic.
Okay, shirtless pic of a guy they're dating.
It's Jeff Bezos. That's
How do
the
you know it's the
interest.
shirtless one and not the dick pic?
That's what the Wall Street Journal is saying. Today is a Friday at 4:30 p.m.
I don't know, man. I think she might be a undercover.
I don't-
I think they
covert.
thought they were gonna get more money.
I think you know what I think. This is what I think. MBS.
How much money do you think she would have gotten?
I think,
$5 million.
I think MBS or Trump gave her way more than 200 grand.
Yeah.
That's a good conspiracy.
Thank you. I'll stick with it.
Yeah.
But he's still with her.
How do we know?
He had his own security team figure out what was going on. That's why he wrote that whole
Okay.
essay. You think they didn't figure out the brother had the
Let me
pictures?
I'll
Come
tell
on.
you what really happened. He knows she played him.
I don't
Okay?
think so.
He knows that.
I think she said, "Oh, my brother hacked my phone."
Okay, he knows all this. And
He
he's
knows-
just like, you know what? I don't really care. He obviously doesn't care. He's not that smart. He's rich, but he's not that smart.
No, he's business smart. No one says he's smart personally.
Okay, because the fact
so
that he
he's a
sent those
complete
pictures.
idiot, personally.
Yes,
So,
complete idiot.
The New York Times did a piece on him today about how times have changed and the way Bezos operates his life. So 2 years ago, he was celebrating an anniversary with his ex-wife, then wife, Mackenzie Bezos. And he went to a Miami nightclub, and whoever the promoter was at the club that booked the table said he literally went online and booked it like a tourist, came in, had his like table with his wife, had some drinks. No one gave a fuck. No one cared about Jeff Bezos. 2 years later, whatever the hot restaurant is, Miami, he pulled in on a 90-foot yacht with Lauren Sanchez, and people said it was like the most stunting thing that they've ever seen in Miami.
Yeah, he was on Open Table 2 months ago. This guy.
It's mind-blowing to me that even the richest man in the world is susceptible to like getting caught up in the
he's caught up in the hype.
vibe.
Yeah.
Think about it. His whole summer he was on Geffen's yacht with Carly Kloss and like all these like influencer celebrity types when you're the business titan. And no issue if that's what you want to hang out with, but that's not who you were 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like who evolves like that in their 50s?
Yeah.
Well, listen, I think the story from Lauren was, my brother stole these off my phone. I'm done with him. I love you. I'm your alive girl.
Yeah.
What time's the boat
Yeah.
dock, you know? And then they found out. I think right now they're in turmoil. Jeff is heartbroken. They're not speaking.
I don't think
No
Jeff
way.
cares. I don't think Jeff
I think
cares.
he knew when the security consultant.
If so, then he is the dumbest,
Yes.
richest man
I'm
in
telling
the world.
you, when it comes to women, these rich, powerful men are morons.
You
my
think
gosh.
he's just getting back from India, probably 4 or 5 days ago. You think he's finding out for the first time through a Wall Street Journal article that
No,
Lauren
I think they
Sanchez
found
sent?
out probably 2 days ago, and then it got to the Wall Street Journal.
No, I think they found out
A year ago.
2018, whenever
Yeah.
that scandal happened. His security team presented him with the evidence, whether he refused to believe it, said this is what happened. You think he just said, no, Lauren would never do that?
Hey,
I think
Trump,
Lauren
hey,
said-
Jeff Bezos.
Oh, she might be right. If that's true, holy cow, that's insane.
I think everything's true in the sense that he knew back then, and however she explained it, he believed it, and MBS gave the video and got his phone.
So this guy's just a mark, just an easy target.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, the reason why I brought it up was because it looks like we were talking about Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
And Amazon, it looks like they might be planning to launch a luxury fashion platform. Maybe now that Jeff is all in the high class crowd,
Yeah.
he wants to get into the luxury market, so his new rich friends think he's cool.
Yeah.
What do you think? Amazon for luxury?
I think it's a tough sell, but he has to do it. Like
Seems off-brand.
Amazon has to do it. And they're obviously on logistics, they're going to win. On trust, they're going to win. It can't be on Amazon.com, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it
why
has
don't
to be
you
a new site.
rename it? Yeah.
The photography, the experience has to be different. But they're eventually going to figure luxury out. They're going to figure out fashion. They're going to figure it all out. I don't know if this iteration of it is going to work, because if it's on Amazon.com and you're like, I'll take, a boy bag and a, toothpaste, no one's going to do that. But if they eventually evolve to its own platform that's still linked with your Prime membership and you get your free shipping, that I think works. I just don't think it could be on Amazon.com today.
I agree.
Because the layout for every brand, every SKU, every product is exactly the same. And luxury brands don't do well in that environment.
And don't you think luxury brands wouldn't even want to be presented that way? They're so protective. They don't
Yeah.
want to be seen that way.
Yeah, I mean, they'd have to go and sell
I think
them.
luxury brands were the last to e-commerce.
Yeah.
They
'Cause
all
don't need to.
refused.
Yeah, they don't look at how well they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you think Chanel wants to be searchable on Amazon.com next to toilet paper?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, we'll see, man. Good for you, Jeff. You're the smartest dumb person I've ever met.
Yeah.
Never met, ever heard of. I'm not Anand.
We hopped up.
Okay, can we get an update on Wuhan? What's going on with coronavirus?
Yeah. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's in Chicago now?
Chicago, it's in France. 35 million people now in China are being, I think, effectively quarantined.
I think it's up to 46.
Wow, it
So
just
it's
changed in an
16
hour.
cities.
I just want to say, guys, Super Bowl might not be safe.
The Chinese aren't coming to Super Bowl.
You don't think that by the time Super Bowl comes, it's going to roundabout make its way to someone there?
The Shield, bro. We
What, you
protect the
think they-
NFL.
You think they have a vaccine?
They're not letting anyone kneel. You think they're gonna let a virus come?
They don't even treat head trauma. You think?
Yeah.
How dare you?
I'll just wear a mask. I'm wearing a mask all week.
You should get
Mask
one of those,
on,
like-
not mask
You
off.
should get one of those like Bape masks. You know,
Yeah.
get like a streetwear mask.
Yeah,
Supreme mask.
Those are gonna come back in
Probably
style.
find it on eBay.
yeah.
Just don't buy it from a Chinese vendor.
Yeah, Alibaba. Did you see that one meme? So there's a meme, if you guys haven't seen it, if you've never bought anything from AliExpress, probably because you don't buy fake stuff, but most young people buy fake luxury goods off AliExpress, which is a part of Alibaba, and it ships to you in whatever time period it does. But it's usually pretty suspect in the packaging, the way the product smells. And there's a meme of a video of someone, when you get a package from AliExpress, and it's like going through a car wash, pretty much, a human,
Yep.
getting washed off, cleaned
Yeah.
off with the hazmat mask.
That's so good.
Yeah, so China's stopped travel in 16 cities in China that spans 46 million people.
That
They
means
closed
if-
Disneyland.
They closed Disneyland is it in Shanghai, Disneyland?
I think so, yeah.
So if they're publicly telling you that, do you know how much worse the situation is?
No, they're not. This is a CNBC Beijing bureau chief reporter. They probably are arresting her.
Yeah. Lock her up.
Hey, here's Anthony again.
What's he saying?
Anthony literally just texted us in the middle of a pod again about the Jeff Bezos, Lauren Sanchez story. He's really wired in.
We should tell him we're recording right now.
Yeah, what's up, Anthony? We just got it. We just covered it. Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's a big news. This coronavirus is scary.
It's really scary. Like, I don't really like to buy into the like scare stuff, but this seems pretty scary.
Yeah.
Like, those are pretty severe measures.
Yeah.
All right,
No
well, hey.
travel out of, like, imagine LA being shut out. You can't leave or come.
I'm going to show you guys both a meme, and you guys decide if this is appropriate for group chat pod to post because it's hysterical.
Let me see.
I don't know.
Let me see. Oh, man. I don't think you can. Yeah. Anand apparently follows a racist Facebook.
Yeah, he's like on some racist
Oh,
shit.
my gosh. Oh,
Pete's
boy.
gonna love it.
Pete's gonna love
Look at the first comment. Look at the first comment. Okay. Sorry, listeners. I can't even describe it. Anand just stumbled upon a slightly racist meme that is a photo of the first Mexican victim of the coronavirus, and it's a pretty racist photo.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Mark Benioff? Let's talk about Mark Benioff from CEO of Salesforce. There's articles. I'm having trouble finding like the real problem here, but Mark Benioff came out with a book. There's this article on Bloomberg about how he encouraged the employees of Salesforce to expense the book. I mean, whatever. You're trying to move units. You're
But
trying
what's
to-
the criticism?
I
I read the article. I was like, what's...
No, I think it's kind of I'll tell you what the criticism is. It's kind of a joke. You're Mark Benioff, one of the richest men in the world.
Yeah.
What do you care if your book sells or not? If it's not good, it doesn't sell. If it's good, it'll sell.
But what if you want your stuff? What if you
maybe
say, hey,
he
Steph,
wanted-
go out and buy my new book?
Maybe
I'll cover
he
it.
thought he was dropping so many gems. He's like, it's on me. Go read it.
But you don't think
But
if
it's
you
not
wrote
on
a
him.
book,
It's on public. He's a publicly traded company.
Yeah, that's fair.
if you wrote a book, you would force all the staff to buy it and wouldn't expense it.
I would buy it for them,
No, you wouldn't.
and I would take the credit for
You say
sales.
buy the fucking book.
Yeah, I'm not Mark Benioff.
Just saying, this guy's trying to pump up morale over at Salesforce.
Well, he's also the one doing like a 7-year research on homelessness.
It takes 7 years.
I mean,
Can't you just
he's
say,
a big
"Yo, it's
researcher.
bad"?
He wants to do a big research on homeless. Let me tell you, they're fucking homeless. They can't wait.
Yeah,
Get them a home.
Give your money. Yeah, get homes.
Yeah. You
Well-
want to give books? Get homes.
Okay. Your flashlight was on.
I turned it off.
Okay. How about this? Goldman Sachs has a big diversity program. Very serious about it. Making sure that they tackle any diversity issues within the company. However, it looks like these rules do not apply to Asia because Asia doesn't give a shit.
Nope.
And they're like, we're going to do what we want and put our people in charge. So
Yeah,
you
they're
can
not
fuck
passing
right
on
off.
the next Alibaba IPO. over a goddamn board diversity. Let's be clear.
So their policy that they're enforcing in America is they will not take on a client for an initial public offering if they lack either a female or diverse director. But in Asia, they're like, do whatever you want.
We'll take your fees.
We'll take your fees.
Yeah, they don't give a shit, I guess.
I like the move by Goldman Sachs. I think it's interesting, but the fact that you just left Asia out doesn't really help.
Is all this diversity talk a United States thing, like only?
Yeah, I mean, the rest of the world is homogenous. They don't want other races to mix.
Absolutely not.
They don't care.
I mean, he's completely right. They are completely homogenous.
Got it.
Like Chinese people only want Chinese people. Japanese people only want Japanese people.
So in California, all California-based public companies are already required by state law to have at least one woman director by whatever year you're in, by the year end. So they're not really going out on a ledge.
Yeah.
It's just good PR.
Yep.
And they got ahead of it. Exempt the Asian companies because there's probably like 20 multi-billion-dollar Chinese IPOs coming. Can't lose their business.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, at least we're trying over here. We're doing the best we can.
Let's get some good PR, Goldman.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. How about the more good news for the podcast world? You know, we talked about the Ringer. Yeah, we talked about the Ringer potential sale.
But what we need to talk about the Ringer is there was an article that the number's north of 200 million. I think Dee said 250, and we're hearing it might be north of that.
Wow.
That's wild. That's so wild. But good news for podcasters, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're going to start raising money soon, and our valuation
It's $2 billion.
is $2 billion. Why not?
You're number one.
Sass.
Yeah.
We're the sassiest podcast around.
At Chappelle last night, I'm not going to say who, he said, I guarantee you could raise a few $1,000,000 at some crazy valuation. I would give you X.
Was he rich?
What was X?
Was
what
he
dollar
rich?
amount is he saying X?
Was
He's
he a rich
got money.
person? All right, let's raise. That was off of one podcast.
Yeah.
It's not even a pitch.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Okay. Anyway, more good news. Serial, the podcast, the famous Anand Saeed and
Adnan.
I hear the same thing. Do you say Anand? Adnan Saeed, the famous Serial podcast, and then they did it. Bergdorf was his name, right?
Yep.
Was that right?
The Army Fleer.
Bergdorf Goodman.
Similar but different. The Deserter.
Here's an interesting stat. American Life Serial together get 5 million listeners per month. It's a big number.
But those are two combined?
Yeah, they're the same company.
Oh. Okay, well, they're for sale. So it looks like we're already getting into exit zone.
New York Times is the likely buyer, says the Wall Street Journal. Fake New York Times is buying up real stories.
That's a good way to put it.
Well, we don't know. I mean,
They could buy us.
there was a bit of an angle to the Adnan story.
Yeah.
Fake news.
You know what sucks about the Adnan story? There was all this hype and everything got dismissed. He's in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he did it.
Maybe he did it.
Maybe he did it.
Plot twist. Yeah. He did it.
Did you listen to that?
Yeah.
So
And I watched the show. There was a show.
yeah, I didn't watch the show.
I don't know anything about it.
But okay, so drama.
You don't?
The one thing, whether he did it or not, I don't think you can come to a clear conclusion
No.
from listening to the podcast.
Yep.
What was striking was the shoddy police work.
Oh, yeah. But I feel like that's probably so common.
Exactly. That's what I think it shed light on, which
Yeah.
is the scary part.
Yeah, but that's like, I bet you if you dug into almost any case in America, like just random American murders, it probably looks like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. Like, once again, I think that anytime like money's rushing in, it's good for everyone.
Someone's buying us.
A rising tide floats all boats. We got to first raise money, and then we'll get bought.
Yes.
Our price has doubled since the last pod.
Since Friday.
Yeah.
Sure. Live shows filling up quick.
I want secondary in this next round.
Me too.
I need 10 million.
Yeah, that's fine. Each.
Yeah.
Yeah. We deserve it. We can't have our mind wandering worrying about
No, that's the whole point of secondary.
Yeah.
Alleviate stress
It'll
so that
take-
we can focus on the work.
And I'll be gone. I won't even show up.
Just everyone's a phone in. Give me 10 million. I won't have as much stress.
I'm skiing, guys. Just hold
Anyway,
on.
yeah.
10
Adnan.
million's going to get D to ski. Pick it up.
I feel like if D just like came up on a lot of just cash, he'd get a whole slew of new hobbies.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need 50 actually.
We have a problem right now. Mm-hmm. It's time for, we have all these new segments. We're really trying to kind of mature the show in preparation for this raise. We have a segment on Mondays called Millennial Word Monday, where Taylor feeds us a word or a phrase or whatever, and we're supposed to name what it is. But Taylor's not here.
He left the state.
Left the state?
Yes.
For how long?
So I got a text from him on January 10th. So today is whatever, last week of January. I'm not going to say the names, but X just called me, X's fiance. He's getting a snow place in Park City, January to May, 4-month lease. He wants me to move in with them. It's not about the money. It's only like X.
Oh, so he has to pay. It's not like rich guy comping him.
Would probably like to do 2 weeks a month in Park City, 2 in LA. Am I crazy considering this? My response is, give me an hour. I'll call you. So I end up calling him the next day. Tells me the
So
scenario.
you said, give me an hour, but he waited 24?
I forgot.
Just like the bills.
Yes, the bills, they just pile up. And you forget.
If you had a social credit score,
Oh, it'd be bad.
It'd be bad.
China has social credit scores. Be careful out
Yeah,
there.
I'd have a low score.
Careful, Wuhan.
I couldn't get a friend.
It'd be hard. I'd have trouble hailing a cab.
So he calls me and says, he's like, what do you think about me living part-time in Park City? And he tells me who he's with. So I hope one day he can share who he's with because it's completely the most fascinating thing on earth.
Yeah.
Because that changes the perspective.
Yeah, I wish we could share that.
Why does everyone Taylor's around have a story?
Because Taylor loves...
Taylor
People
likes
Why
drama.
can't it just be like, hey, this person works here. He's a cool dude. It's like, no, he has this Instagram.
Because that's what Taylor
page.
likes.
It's like-
Taylor likes to find those types of people.
Yeah. He attracts chaos.
yeah, it's
He loves
pure
it. He hunts it
fucking
down.
chaos.
Yeah.
He told us when we first met him, he was like, oh, I just hit you guys up because you seemed like interesting,
Yeah.
like cool people that I should probably know.
Yeah.
So is this person.
Yes, this one's really good.
Okay, so this guy, Jesus Christ.
So he's gone
literally-
till May. He
Ski
drove
in,
his
ski
car
out.
out.
Ski in, ski out. Follows his Instagram is
insane.
He's literally like Stefan or whatever, the pod kid. He's like his
rich guy version.
His dream life.
Yes.
Taylor's the rich guy pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He
literally
found a
what?
big pot in
Well,
Park
he's
City.
consulting, running an e-commerce business, and like working out of Park City for 2 months.
Yeah. 4 months.
4 months.
5 months, sorry.
If I'm him, don't post on the gram. You're gonna piss off your clients.
Yeah. He
No,
did post
do
on
not.
LinkedIn that he got fired today from one of his clients.
He did.
Yeah, they
posted on
probably,
LinkedIn, I
they
just got
probably
fired.
woke up Tuesday and like, this fucker's skiing.
Yeah.
He posted on LinkedIn, I just got fired from my biggest client.
So a lesson for Taylor, it's kind of applies because he's in the business of soliciting business.
Yeah.
I have a close friend who runs a fund, and he was told by a big investor that invests in funds, if in September when I see you, you're really tan, I'm not investing in your second fund. Because that means you were in fucking San Tropez, you were in...
Oh, so they should, I'm good. I'm always 10.
No, but it's the shades of tan.
You can't tell.
50
That's
Shades of
racist
Tan.
then.
No.
You're racist. That's my pigment.
You get darker.
You rich white man.
It's the rich white guys who control
Yeah.
who wins in the fund business.
Yeah, I'm screwed in that business.
Yeah.
I show right away.
Yeah, you have a red
They're like,
cheek.
oh, were you outside for 20 minutes today? Yeah, I get it. Okay, well, yeah, I guess, whatever. He's living the dream life, for
Yeah.
young people. All this remote working bullshit.
And he got fired. Day
He got
2.
fired. But obviously it didn't really matter because he's skiing.
Yes.
And it's Sundance.
Okay.
Oh, he's going to have a great time.
Gonna meet a lot more weirdos to hang out with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Taylor, thanks, man. So no Millennial Word Monday. Hopefully he'll send us one for next week. Can't really
Hopefully a
count on it.
service to listen to the pod to keep up.
Great. Hopefully we get a newsletter. That's all we got, guys. We have a live show on the 29th of January. Hope everyone comes out and hangs out with us. I would like to once again thank Dave Chappelle for opening.
Yes.
Thank you.
Really
Thank
got
you.
everyone warmed up. Make sure you RSVP. Send an email to live@group-chat.com. Let us know you're coming. Follow us on Instagram.
I have a
Group Chat Pod.
request.
Yes.
In celebration of our opener, since you're the only one of us that has ever smoked cigarettes,
Yep.
just bring out a pack.
Bring out a pack.
and just smoke like Chappelle did the whole time.
He does it so well.
He looks cool doing it.
So what we were talking about is I honestly think that, number one, he obviously just loves cigarettes.
Yeah.
He's smoked, I think, 10
It
cigarettes.
wasn't weed, right?
No.
I couldn't tell.
He smoked, I think, 10 cigarettes in the 2 hours he was on stage. But I think it's like such a part of his act. Like he sets up a joke.
Yeah.
And
then
while
opens
everyone's
it.
kind of chuckling and the
Yeah.
anticipation is building, he lights a cigarette.
Yeah. It is definitely
And then he blows it out and hits you with the punchline.
And
You could be
I think
moving
it,
on.
it helps him.
That'd be
And
good.
it helps him break it up, and he can collect his thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's a segue. Like, okay, wait, what do I want to talk about next? Just light the cigarette, go grab the glass of scotch,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
hit the mic on the. I love that.
Yeah.
That doesn't get old. Where he hits the mic on his leg.
I think I'm going to smoke at our live show.
Yeah.
That's what all the stars are doing.
Yeah, you have to.
Dave's fine.
Yeah.
He doesn't look cancerous. He looked buff as shit.
Yeah.
He did.
He's
what
so
happened?
ripped. I don't know.
He's been
He's on the
working out.
Bezos.
He's
He
been-
smoked 10 cigarettes. How do you work out? He's smoking.
HGH just knows no bounds.
Yeah.
Nicotine can't stop it. Okay. I think when you get really, really rich, you just sort of get access to this new doctor that's like, hey, how do you want to look?
Yeah.
What do you want your face to
But
look
why
like?
are the rich fat guys?
Lazy. They're just lazy. Old school. You know? I'm doing it. I'm going all natural. I'm not into that. Go ahead. Rearrange my face. Get me buff.
No.
What do I care? Hook me up to an IV. Okay, that's it. So hit us up on Instagram at Group Chat Pod. Make sure you hit us up on that mortgage issue. We'd really like to know. And that's it. We'll see you on Wednesday at our live show. Dee, good luck, man. I really feel like you're rolling the dice. I think Washington, Super Bowl, just back from Paris. You're poking that corona. You know? Good luck, guys. See you soon.